the impacting power of fractal ventures. Pleasant morning to all. This is Radha Eswar sharing the wondrous things that prompted her to create the fractal ventures. Funny, isn't it? Anything that is incomprehensible to us appears chaotic, complicated, complex. With a little patience, we realize that amongst chaos, we do find order. People talk about fractals in chaos. A systematic set of units, self-similar units, that gets repeated again and again so much that finally it appears like chaos. Fractal entrepreneurship model is designed on this, except that we created from the single unit, multiplied exponentially for it to become a system that impacts. One of the superior advantages of such a system is the exponential growth that it creates in a very short time. The start may be slow, but finally when it picks up speed, it really grows. For example, if a fractal venture takes 2 to 3 years to really stabilize itself, within the next 3 to 6 months, multiple places can have more ventures get to that same spot where the first fractal took place. A second degree advantage is the synchronization, the impact due to synchronization. There are so many multiple ways by which the venture creates synchronization within it, and that gets multiplied and creates a rippling effect for impact all through. You would know that most things in nature love synchronization. Geese that fly in the sky, and then imagine yourself within a room of people creating music, and you start clapping, you start tapping your feet. We are all wired to want synchronization, to see harmony, to see repetitive behaviors, and that helps us to form our decisions, the way we function in life. I have introduced many levels of synchronization in the fractal entrepreneurship model. Simplified Kundalini Yoga, whole food plant-based diet, Marshall Rosenberg's non-violent communication, ideal process of innovation, openness and documentation, collaboration and no competition, equity, inclusivity and diversity, wealth distribution processes, entrepreneurship processes, sustainability processes. These synchronizations create a positive polarization in the minds of people, and that brings in a lot of goodness. When minds are working in a synchronized fashion, they create a compounding effect of more and better impact, and that would make sustainability an easier goal to reach. This makes us understand that we love working in teams. The more, the merrier. Why, you may ask? Well, scientists have discovered that endorphins, the hormones that make us feel less pain, get secreted faster when we work in teams. So when we work in teams, our pain is less. If our pain is less, we want to work more. And when we work more, productivity increases, prosperity increases as well. I've seen a lot of this happen on ground. If teams ate whole food plant-based diet, then they feel healthier in no time. And then they have time to discuss with each other what the skill sets are amongst them. And those are put together beyond what is required for work, and new things are invented. For example, there was this one chef who used to feel leg pain after 8 hours of work in Sampurna Ahara. But the more they ate whole food plant-based diet, their health really improved, and they had a lot of energy to discover newer dishes, and now those dishes are bringing in a lot more prosperity to the firm. Urban Mali Network has gardeners who meditate together over the net every evening. Bringing in more health into their lives has made some of the gardeners propagate plants that are popular and expensive all by themselves. This has reduced the cost for the company, and thereby prosperity increases. Sampurna Ahara, which delivers food, has made so much of research into sustainable packaging. They are now such masters at that. They can advise other fractal ventures on sustainable packaging as well. The learning costs are drastically cut down for all other ventures. Think about this. Anger amongst people can lower the productivity of a firm from 16 to 30%. This is the research that was done by the Jira tool app creators. Our introspection exercises and nonviolent communication processes have reduced anger tantrums amongst our colleagues. So much so, the HR person who was specially appointed to ensure that people don't get angry now has a lot of free time, and he does other works as well. Problem solving, especially for Indians, proceeds with anxiety and fear, because that is the way our society is structured. People are afraid a lot. People do work as per what they are told. But in a crisis, who is there to tell them? They have to learn to be able to help themselves. The idea and innovation process was specially created to help people solve their problems by themselves. Visionary entrepreneurs who used to come to me for every little thing before rarely come to me now. And even if they do, those are for very difficult problems. And even then, they come to me without anxiety or fear. You might have heard about Whole Foods. That company offers 94% of its stocks to non-executives. And the executives get only 14 times more salary than the common average salary. This is the process we have used somewhat in Fractal Ventures. We offer stocks to all people, including the people with skills who have been illiterate, and we do have a cap on the salaries that can be drawn by the visionary entrepreneurs. This helps to distribute wealth so well that prosperity and not poverty becomes the feature of all people within these Fractal Ventures. Our investors too love to support noble causes and get their SROIs right, social return on investments right, rather than just money as their return on investments. Scientists in Denmark did a wonderful study. They discovered that a question that a research scientist seeks to find answers for takes 60 minutes if it is done without the support of other scientists. But when there is openness and when knowledge is out there, easily accessible to them, this reduces time. If openness weren't there, they discovered that the country would spend 72 million euros every year. What a cost saving if we had openness. We have openness in Fractal Ventures. Every experience of every fractal entrepreneur is shared and open and available for all other fractal entrepreneurs. Competitors, what do you do with them with Fractal Ventures? Urban Mali Network and all other ventures often find competitors in their work, but they collaborate with them. They go out and seek ways by which each can help one another. And that way, the stress on the founders is far less. They don't have to worry about losing ground or staying on top. From being intolerant folks of castes, religions, of disabilities, all members of Fractal Ventures are more tolerant. This is because we have a special process of blessing one another, even as a greeting, and in our prayers and our meditation, which we do every day. This has really brought down the noise and chaos, and there is a lot more cooperation amongst the people within Fractal Ventures. Used to be that every few hours there would be fights, but now it's once in 3 months, and that too gets resolved very quickly. Urban Mali Network has introduced a reward system recently for their gardeners. People who show more entrepreneurial spirit are rewarded. It is not that there is only 1 or 2 persons selected every month. Everybody can get rewarded if only they all geared up and showed entrepreneurial spirit. Imagine when all such forces act together within each subfractal. This creates such strong synchronization that time for doing a job gets cut, costs get cut, performance reaches divine heights. Such is the power of fractals. I don't think I should develop this all by myself and have a great time enjoying the process. I think I need to open this out for many people to join me. Would you like to join me on this wonderful journey? You can do that either as an investor or as a person who would help to develop the technology platform such that this reaches far and wide. Write to me at radha@fractalentrepreneurship.org. Be blessed.